enthusiasts, not only the car enthusiasts, but also all the gamers who love cars. So we'll keep working together with Gran Turismo, and hopefully in the future you'll love our product and also you'll enjoy our moment. Okay.
Definitely, I'm sure. Yeah, let's give a big round of applause there. Beautiful. I love the colour is also one of my favourite things. It's such a great colour.
Thank you.
And I think we're going to have a look at the car selections now, Tom.
Yeah, we certainly are. We've got to get into Nations Cup action, which took place, of course, earlier on today. Many thanks to Jihad Jang from Hyundai. Great to have you, Jihad. Thank you so much for joining us here. And very much looking forward to Nations Cup action here tonight as well. This is the car selection. So as we saw with the qualifying session with Hyundai a few moments ago, we now know which order the drivers are going to be selected their cars in. So, as we know, Jose Serrano quickest in that session. So he got first pick of the bunch, and the Mercedes-AMG GT Black Series is his weapon of choice. We've got modified road cars here for race one, Jimmy, and there is a lot of things at stake. And this is how the grid was decided, interestingly as well, not the usual qualifying session.
Yeah, this is super unique. You guys might know the license test from, of course, at home with GT. Basically, it was a shootout average of the license test. Takuma Miyazono setting the early pace on this Monza test in the Ferrari, coming across the start-finish line to go quickest of the bunch. And here's how it looked after the first round, but with still 4 more tests to go, the average of each time being used to set the pole position.
And these are addictive, right? Because you basically spent the entire weekend just trying to beat the world record back there.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot behind the scenes and not working. Not good. But here's Takuma Miyazono showing us how to get sideways in the Subaru Impreza 22B. I'm not sure he could do that again if he tried, actually.
It's spectacular to watch, isn't it? He was just absolutely full send in this session, but amazingly didn't end up fastest. That was Kai de Bruyne by just a couple of tenths of a second. The Dutchman on home soil, of course, here in Amsterdam, managing to accelerate himself up the order. So that's what the times looked like after that second session. And you can see what it meant. Kai de Bruyne elevated himself up a couple of places into second place. Then the third qualifier, Porsche GT3 at the GT4 that came in, I should say, the Lago Maggiore circuit. This is Valerio Gallo. Fictional Italian track. We're looking at the real-life Italian driver making his way through these corners. And you know, it's easy enough putting one lap together, or hard enough putting one lap together, I should say. It's even harder when you've got to do it over various different tracks in various different cars all at the same time.
And incredibly easier, as Kylian Dumont found out, to pick up a penalty if you get the track limits wrong. If you do that, you lose yourself an absolute ton of time. You see there, Kylian there losing more standings as the average goes on. Miyazono very, very strong throughout all of this as we go into, I think, what was Miyazono's best performance. Look at this, sliding a BMW M2 in the wet around Suzuka, just flirting with the edge of the circuit. And this is where we get to see the proper skills of our Nations Cup drivers.
Yeah, he was dancing the car through this spoon curve. You can see the advantage that some drivers are getting. Serrano got a good exit out of there as well as he tries to make some progress. Miyazono, though, came to the timing line and set the quickest time in that session. And you can see what it means then for the standings as well. So Lopez actually making a bit more of an advantage over Kai de Bruyne. So he'll manage to leapfrog him after the fourth session. So that's the provisional grid at the moment, but still one more session to go. The final challenge for our drivers, the Lexus LFA here at the Fuji Speedway circuit. The V10 screaming away around this track. And I think it's all about basically the exit out of the final corner. And Takuma Miyazono got an absolute blinder while Sasaki picked up a penalty.
Yes, basically heartbreaking for Sasaki. He did that as well in the practice session. So just not really getting to grips with this LFA at the Fuji Speedway. Miyazono really at this point, all he needed to do was have a decent run, didn't need to win this one, but Jose Serrano and Coque Lopez, the Spanish drivers who had such a good day yesterday, showing their pace on this road car layout at Fuji. There's just a drag race to the line as Miyazono crosses to go third fastest, in that one with Serrano and Lopez winning it. But that was enough for Takuma Miyazono to have first pick of cars going into the first Nations Cup round.
Yep, so this is how the grid will look then going into that first race as we look at the final permutations. You can see right at the end there, Serrano pipping Kai de Bruyne. Dumont also moving over a place at the expense of Angel Inostroza. And don't forget about the winner campaign we've got going on in the GT World Finals here in the Nations Cup. This is what the current votes have come in at. Takuma Miyazono with 38% of the share. Former champion there as well with Valerio Gallo and also Jose Serrano, Coque Lopez. The only man who isn't a champion in that top 5 is Kylian Dumont. A possibility for him to try and turn that around here tonight.
And make sure, guys, to get your questions in the chat for our Nations Cup drivers. And of course, we'll be addressing all of those later on in our Extra Lap press conference at the end of the evening. But lots of action to come before then.
Wow, yes. I mean, did you get any pointers from watching that? Do you think you can take the world record now, Jimmy?
I just don't think I'm very good, Jules, is what I learned from
Sorry
that.
to bring it up now in front of a bunch of people. Now, obviously, this is the final time they get to prove themselves. So I feel like we might do a little bit of a refresher to see what's on this season.
Hello, welcome back to the Gran Turismo World Series.
Nations Cup back to its original format, single driver now. It's pretty much everyone for themselves.
She's got to be so clean and so precise in this race. Smallest mistake comes back to bite you.
2024, the 7th year of the Gran Turismo World Series, kicked off right here in Canada. The best sim races in the world landed in Montreal for what was always going to be a hotly contested season of racing.
Trying to take advantage, trying to get his move done on the inside of Roach. Oh, this is getting very scrappy indeed. Serrano's going to be wide to that, goes for the defensive line, tries to park it on the outside. Miyazono goes for the outside line. Side by side they go, down into the chicane, and Miyazono leads!
And then we came to the Czech Republic, where round 2 had a few more surprises up its sleeve.
We have 8 cars right now squabbling for the lead. This ain't going to end well.
This is fantastic, isn't it? Into the final corner. Here comes Drummond, back through on the inside of Coque Lopez. Sliding his way through. In contest as Lopez gets spun round. Gallo wins the Nations Cup Grand Final here in France.
Round 3 in Tokyo did not disappoint, as the battle for the World Championship got more and more intense. Every single point was critical.
Oh, bang! Straight into the back. Kylian Drummond takes his first victory of the season in the Gran Turismo World Series. The Frenchman is on top in Tokyo.
But that is Coque Lopez, the leader going into Tokyo, failed to score.
That means that Kylian Drummond leads by 1 point ahead of Jose Serrano, Takuma Miyazono and Valerio Gallo going into the